So you've polished your resume to perfection. You've spent countless hours refining every detail, ensuring that your experience and skills are presented in the best possible light. You've chosen a professional layout that highlights your strengths and makes your resume stand out. You've got the experience, the skills, and the perfect font picked out. Every section is meticulously crafted, from your professional summary to your list of accomplishments. You feel confident that your resume will catch the eye of any recruiter. But did you know there's a silent judge you need to impress before you even reach a human recruiter? This judge doesn't care about the aesthetics of your resume or the clever wording of your achievements. Enter the Applicant Tracking System, or ATS for short. This digital gatekeeper is used by many companies to streamline their hiring process. Think of it as a digital gatekeeper, scanning your resume for keywords and specific information. The ATS is programmed to look for certain criteria that match the job description. Companies use ATS to manage the flood of applications they receive. With hundreds, sometimes thousands of resumes pouring in for a single job opening, it's simply not feasible for recruiters to manually review each one. Instead of sifting through hundreds of resumes manually, recruiters rely on ATS to filter candidates based on specific criteria. This helps them quickly identify the most qualified candidates and move them to the next stage of the hiring process. This means your beautifully crafted resume could be lost in the digital abyss. If it's not optimized for these systems, the ATS might reject your resume if it doesn't contain the right keywords, or if it's not formatted in a way that the system can easily read. But don't worry, understanding how ATS works is the first step to conquering it. By learning what the ATS is looking for, you can tailor your resume to meet its criteria. By tailoring your resume to meet its robotic scrutiny, you can significantly increase your chances of landing that interview. This means using the right keywords, structuring your resume in a way that the ATS can easily pass, and avoiding certain formatting pitfalls. Think of it this way: you wouldn't show up to a tech interview in a tuxedo, right? Just as you dress appropriately for the occasion, you need to dress your resume appropriately for the digital age. Similarly, you need to dress your resume appropriately for the digital age. This means using a clean, simple layout that the ATS can easily read, avoiding graphics and fancy fonts that might confuse the system, and making sure your resume is rich with the keywords that match the job description. Start by carefully reading the job description and noting the key skills and qualifications that are mentioned. These are the keywords that the ATS will be looking for. Make sure to incorporate these keywords naturally into your resume. Next, focus on the structure of your resume. Use standard headings like work experience, education, and skills to make it easy for the ATS to identify the different sections. Avoid using tables, text boxes, or columns, as these can confuse the system. When it comes to file format, stick to common formats like docs or PDF. Some ATS systems have trouble reading more obscure file types, so it's best to play it safe. Finally, always double-check your resume before submitting it. Make sure there are no spelling or grammatical errors, as these can also affect how the ATS scores your resume. By taking these steps, you can ensure that your resume not only gets past the ATS, but also makes a strong impression on the human recruiter, who will ultimately decide whether to invite you for an interview. Remember, the goal is to make it as easy as possible for the ATS to recognize your qualifications and move you to the next stage of the hiring process. With a little effort and attention to detail, you can turn the ATS from a barrier into a bridge to your next job opportunity. You wouldn't believe how many resumes get tossed aside by ATS because of simple mistakes. It's disheartening to think that all your hard work can be undone by a few avoidable errors. But don't worry, we're here to help you navigate these common pitfalls. One of the biggest culprits: fancy formatting. While it might be tempting to use a creative template to stand out, this can actually work against you. Those creative templates might look impressive to the human eye, but they can confuse the ATS, making it unable to read your information correctly. The ATS is designed to scan resumes in a specific format, and when it encounters unusual layouts, it can miss crucial details. Another common pitfall is neglecting to use the right keywords. Keywords are the lifeblood of your resume when it comes to ATS. Remember, ATS is looking for specific skills and experience mentioned in the job description. If your resume doesn't include these keywords, it might not even make it to a human recruiter. Failing to mirror those keywords in your resume is like speaking a different language. The ATS simply won't understand. It's crucial to tailor your resume for each job application, ensuring that you incorporate the exact terms used in the job posting. Typos and grammatical errors are another surefire way to get your resume rejected. Even a single typo can be enough to make the ATS flag your resume as unprofessional. You might think a small typo is insignificant, but to an ATS, it's like a giant red flag screaming unprofessional. Always proofread your resume multiple times and consider having someone else review it as well. Finally, avoid using headers and footers. These sections might seem like a good way to organize your resume, but they can actually cause problems. ATS often struggles to extract information from these sections, potentially causing your contact details or other crucial information to be missed. Instead, keep your resume simple and straightforward, ensuring that all important information is easily accessible. So, what can you do to make sure your resume gets past the ATS? Start by researching ATS-friendly resume formats. These formats are designed to be easily read by the software, increasing your chances of making it to the next stage. Next, take the time to highlight the keywords in the job description and incorporate them into your resume. This shows the ATS that you have the skills and experience the employer is looking for. Proofreading is also essential. Use online grammar tools to catch any errors you might have missed, and consider asking a friend or family member to review your resume as well. Finally, remove any headers and footers from your resume. Keep the layout simple and straightforward, making it easy for the ATS to scan and extract all the necessary information. By following these tips, you can increase your chances of getting your resume past the ATS and into the hands of a human recruiter. Remember, the goal is to make your resume as ATS-friendly as possible, so you can showcase your skills and experience to potential employers. With a little effort and attention to detail, you can avoid the common mistakes that make ATS hit delete and move one step closer to landing your dream job. Good luck. Just graduated and feeling lost in the job search jungle? You're not alone. Many fresh graduates find themselves overwhelmed by the competitive job market, but don't worry. Even with limited work experience, you can still make your resume stand out to ATS. ATS, or Applicant Tracking Systems, are used by many companies to filter through resumes before they even reach a human recruiter. This means your resume needs to be optimized to pass through these systems. But how do you do that? First and foremost, focus on your skills section. This is one of the most critical parts of your resume. List all your relevant skills, both hard and soft, using keywords from the job description. Hard skills might include things like proficiency in specific software or technical abilities, while soft skills could be communication, teamwork, or problem solving. Keywords are crucial because ATS scans for these specific terms to determine if you're a good match for the job. Make sure to tailor your resume for each job application by incorporating the exact words and phrases from the job description. This increases your chances of getting past the initial screening. Next, highlight any projects, internships, or volunteer work you've done. These experiences are invaluable, even if they weren't paid positions. They demonstrate your initiative and ability to apply your skills in real-world settings. For instance, if you managed a project during your internship, describe what you did, the skills you used, and the outcome. Volunteering can also be a great way to showcase your skills and dedication. Whether you organized a community event or helped out at a local charity, these experiences can set you apart from other candidates. Be specific about your role and the impact you made. Don't forget to quantify your achievements whenever possible. Numbers and statistics can make your accomplishments more tangible and impressive. Instead of saying you manage social media accounts, say you increased social media engagement by 20%. This gives a clear picture of your impact. Quantifying your achievements isn't just limited to social media. If you improved efficiency, reduced costs, or achieved high grades, include those numbers. For example, improved project completion time by 15%, or achieved a 3.8 GPA while working part-time. Finally, don't underestimate the value of your coursework. If you've taken classes relevant to the job you're applying for, list them under a separate relevant coursework section. This shows recruiters that you have a foundation in the necessary knowledge and skills. Relevant coursework can be particularly important if you lack professional experience. Courses that taught you specific skills or knowledge related to the job can demonstrate your preparedness and eagerness to learn. For instance, if you're applying for a marketing position, courses in digital marketing, consumer behavior, or data analytics can be very relevant. This shows recruiters that you have a foundation in the necessary knowledge and skills. Additionally, consider including any academic projects or research that are relevant to the job. These can further demonstrate your expertise and commitment to the field. Networking can also play a crucial role in your job search. Attend career fairs, join professional organizations, and connect with alumni from your college. Sometimes, who you know can be just as important as what you know. And don't forget to prepare for interviews. Research the company, practice common interview questions, and be ready to discuss how your skills and experiences make you the perfect fit for the job. Confidence and preparation can make a significant difference. With these tips, you'll be well on your way to crafting an ATS-friendly resume that stands out. Remember, persistence is key. Keep refining your resume, applying to jobs, and honing your skills. Your dream job is out there, and with the right approach, you'll find it.